Welcome in, Aggie fans. It's a new episode of Cruisin' with Coach. We are presented by the Southwest Chevy Dealers, rolling today in a 2021 Chevy Tahoe from our good friends at Bravo Chevrolet. Adam Young with the men's basketball new head coach Greg Heiar. Great to have you with us today, Coach.
It's great to be here.
We've done a lot of interviews the last couple of days. This is the coolest car that you've been in a while, huh?
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. This car is fabulous.
All right, we're rolling today in a 2021 Chevy Tahoe from our good friends at Bravo Chevrolet. And Coach, we'll start by going back to your early years in basketball. Did you always want to be a head coach?
I'll tell you what, when I met my wife and I was in my final year of school, I looked at her one day and I was like, what am I going to do with my life? She said, it's real simple. You're going to be a basketball coach. Because if you ain't a basketball coach, you may end up in a dumpster. So from that day forward, that was my senior year of college. You know, I loved basketball my whole life, but until that day when she told me that, I didn't really know I wanted to be a basketball coach. But I mean, what a wonderful job I got. It doesn't feel like a job at all. You know,
Yeah.
it's like heaven.
Whenever you were playing, Coach, do you feel like there were coaches around the country that thought that you played like you were a coach? You thought like a coach on the floor?
Yeah, I would say that. I was a captain on all my teams, so my teams, you know, won the league, and I did. I played smart and to my strengths, and you know, I got to give credit again to Coach Jans, because when I played for him as a sophomore in college, he really told me what my strengths were. He didn't teach me; he told me what my strengths were, and turned me into a winner.
You've obviously grinded to get here. There's no question about that. We talked about this in a podcast yesterday. Does this make you appreciate this job even more, given the fact that you've had to go through JUCO and you've really had to grind to get to this point as a Division I head coach?
Definitely. You know, every day is just, I wake up with the breath of fresh air and just really excited to get to go to work and to see the players and walk in my office, see the arena, be on campus, just drive through the community. It's just such an exciting time for me, and I'm definitely super appreciative of this opportunity.
Guard development is obviously huge for you. Give us an overview on some of the guards you've developed over the years.
You know, it started off, my first guard was Stephon Hanna, who played for me in junior college and ended up going to Missouri, then played in the NBA. Michael Taylor was another one. He went to Iowa State and then played in the NBA. You know, you got guys like Fred VanVleet, who's an NBA champion, NBA All-Star this year. Ron Baker played for the New York Knicks. You know, you got Landry Shamet, who's playing for the Phoenix Suns. Tremont Waters, Boston Celtics. Skylar Mays is with the Atlanta Hawks. So I've been blessed to have some very good guards to work with and you know, push and develop and teach. But you got to give them all the credit because they put the work in, they listened, tried, applied, and were competitors.
You talked during your press conference about basketball school that you had during the off season, finishing school and shooting school and all the different schools that you were talking about during your press conference. Do you have it down to a T now where you have this system and you know how to put it in place and make guys better?
Yeah, it's definitely a systematic approach, and anything in business or in sports, you know, the great ones have a systematic approach, and it's, you know, one fundamental to the next, and you want to rep the fundamentals, and you want to make them habits for the players and teach them the why. So definitely have a systematic approach, and we build off each fundamental, and we're always trying to get better and improve and advance.
You've been successful at every single stop, especially as a head coach. The winning percentage, 90+%, is remarkable. And now you come into a program that's won consistently. They're coming off an NCAA tournament win, and we touched on this during our podcast interview yesterday. This seems like the perfect situation on paper. You're coming into a program that has won. This is your first Division I head coaching job. You couldn't really script it any better, right?
No doubt. You couldn't script it any better. The culture's in place. Like I said, the identity. You know, the guys that are you know, back know who they are, and you know, just the culture, the hard-working culture that Chris and his staff established while they were here. It's walking into an unbelievable situation.
You're obviously doing a lot of recruiting right now. What are some qualities that somebody has to have to play for GH?
Size, length, athleticism, love for the game, work ethic, love basketball, like to, they can communicate. I like guys that like to talk about basketball, that like to think about basketball, and then guys that can handle the day-to-day grind of going to class, handling a daily routine, which is gets the best of a lot of people. But that's really what I'm looking for. And obviously, shooting is always a bonus, and it's always the equalizer.
Recruiting's changed a lot, hasn't it now, with NIL, the transfer portal, the whole 9 yards? How do you navigate through that process?
Well, with that, how everything has changed, it's still about people, and it's about connections, and it's about relationships, and so the NIL adds to it. It definitely has changed things. Every school is different with the NIL, what they can give on the front end, but in the same token, sometimes you got to bet on yourself, and you got to look for what you can get on the back end. If you go play for somebody that really can develop you and make you a professional player on the back end, so you're going to get something, and that's just the landscape of recruiting. You gotta, but it comes down to relationships.
Just to name a few, you've been to Hattiesburg, Baton Rouge, you're coming from Florida, you were in Wichita for a long time, so you've been all over the place, and it looks like, from the outside looking in, Coach, that even though you go from Florida to the Southwest, recruiting doesn't really change for you at all because of the area location?
No doubt, it doesn't change at all. It's, again, about relationships and communicating and selling your vision and selling your plan and selling how you're going to get better, because this is about getting better every single day, and it's all about the players. And if the players are getting better, your team is going to get better, you're going to win games, and they're going to have ultimate success when the ball, when their eligibility is up, playing for you. But you got to watch them on video, you got to talk to them, and then but when I see them on video, I like to create a plan and a vision of how we're going to use you. These are what I see your strengths are. These are some of your weaknesses that we're going to definitely focus on and improve. And then, mind right, game right. The mental side of development is just as important as the physical side.
When you look ahead to November and you're going to open up here at the Pan American Center, what excites you the most about walking out of that tunnel the first time at the Pan American Center?
Walking down them stairs with the team, with the fans. I got a taste of it at the press conference, but I've seen it on TV so many times, and it looks like just an unbelievable experience. And just even being at the baseball game last night, I know the weather wasn't great, but the fan support, how loud they were, and just talking to people that have played in this building before in these last 3 days that have reached out to me, and they just tell me how crazy the fans are and how into the game the fans are and how excited the fans are. So just that vibe and feeling that energy when you walk down them stairs I can't wait.
Speaking of people reaching out, how far behind are you on phone calls and text messages right now? I'm sure you're trying to catch up.
Oh, yeah. I've been getting up 2 hours earlier and working 2 hours in the morning, going to bed 2 hours late, and I'm still over 450 text messages, and I can't tell you how many Twitter DMs and Instagram DMs that I'm behind. But, I'm someone that I love to get back to everybody, and I appreciate everybody reaching out and the congratulations. And I got a player here, I got someone that can help you out here coaching wise, but I get back to everybody. That's just a way of life for me, and it's something that's important to me. So I'm just a little bit behind right now.
Lastly, Coach, you just won a national title at the JUCO level. That's very hard to do. Did you get a chance to enjoy it at all?
for a couple days. I got to enjoy it. That hasn't even really sunk in yet, Adam, which is crazy, but it is. Winning is hard, and winning a national championship is extremely hard. And I'm super proud of my team back at Northwest Florida State College, and just that community. But really, how my team just played that week and came closer together every single day. So, just really proud and excited that we did accomplish, the goal that we set out to accomplish at the beginning of the year.
Perfect timing, Coach. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you,
Continued
Adam.
success.
Thank you.
That's new men's basketball head coach Greg Heiar. This has been Cruisin' with Coach, presented by the Southwest Chevy Dealers. Rolling today in a 2021 Chevy Tahoe from Bravo Chevrolet.